Welcome to Hold the Mic. We are your hosts, Ryan Shead and Ian Sherman. Brother, it is so good to see you.
What day is it?
It's what is it, Wednesday? It's Wednesday.
I don't see you till Fridays.
For those who don't know, I've been on
Shit
vacation.
must have hit the fan. That's all I got to say to you.
Yeah, bro. So
I wanted to ask you, did you eat the pizzas I sent you?
Dick. So So for those who, again, maybe missed it, a couple days ago, we're in Disney, by the way. I can tell this now that I'm home. We're in fucking Disney. And my cameras start going off, which, of course, you're away and your cameras are going off, and it tells you if it's a person, if you know what it is. I'm like, oh, shit. So I pull it up, and there's the pizza guy walking up to the door. And then he rings our doorbell, and so I start talking to him over the doorbell. I'm like, hey man, we're not even there. Like I don't know what's going on. And so quickly I figured out what it was. They'd been trying to prank me like this like about a month ago.
Oh yeah.
And so I talked to that guy, told him I'm really sorry. I called up the pizza place. I said, look, we don't order from you. Don't send any more pizzas to our place. Like, please put a note on the account. And the guy's like, oh, thank you so much. Sorry that happened. I'm like, it's not your guys' fault. I actually asked him, I was like, can I give the guy a tip at least to, cover the delivery driver who just lost out, on gas, tip, all that crap. Like,
that's a while.
And, so I actually have to go find the two drivers since I have video of them. They'll be easy to find. So then right after I get done calling that pizza place, which was a Domino's, shout out to the Domino's by me. They were really cool when I called them. The Papa John's guy comes up. Now, we order from Papa John's every once in a while. So it's a driver that we kind of knew. And he rings the doorbell and I go, oh, and they were back to back. Like I'm talking within 20 minutes.
Stop.
So I answered, I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. I'm like, we're not even there. I'm like, somebody's playing a prank on us. They're calling all these pizza places. You're the second one. And the guy literally flips the tip, looks at the thing on the side of the pizza. He goes, yeah, I kind of should have figured when it said ring doorbell until somebody answers. And then they said, are you Shane? And I go, no, I'm not Shane.
Shane.
And they're like, is this, my address? And I was like, yeah, that's the right address. And so whoever sent the pizzas to my house, I thought it was to try to make me pay for them. But I've discovered that there's actually like a Discord where a bunch of right-wing extremists get together and figure out how they can fuck with people like me. So it's actually meant to intimidate us, and say, oh, we've got your address. You guys have been doxing me for the last 6 months on social media, and Elon Musk allows it to happen on Twitter. No other platform allows people to dox me.
Right.
Like Twitter does.
Right.
You've had my address forever. And by the way, all you pussies are going to do is send pizza people to my place because you're fucking cowards. If you want to say something and you want to intimidate me, then fucking show up yourself, bitch.
First off, I consider this flirting because the best way to my soul is through my stomach. So, you know what?
Yeah, somebody's like, well, we'll pay for the pizzas and eat them. I'm like, it's fucking $100 worth of pizza. No, I'm not. No.
Oh my
God. I feel bad for the place. I feel horrible for the drivers. I would have tipped the drivers had I been there. I would have at least get hey man, here's 10, 20 bucks. Sorry. But I'm not paying up for $100 worth of pizzas.
Here's the thing. I sent you something delicious. Okay. So, fuck you, Ryan. All right. You know how long it took me to order that? Dick.
Oh man.
But I'm glad that you had a great time. Welcome back home. Welcome back to the show.
We had a blast. Disney was outstanding. We got to take my mother-in-law with us, which was even better. We just had such a good time. We needed a vacation. We haven't. I think that's our first real vacation in 2 years. We take little ones, here in Arizona and stuff. But that's our first.
Staycations are not the same as a real vacation.
No, it's not. And Disney's just Disney. I mean. So,
I'm sure you're broke.
My credit cards are smoking. The credit cards are smoking. I told Jen, I rubbed it. I was like, I hope this bitch works.
Your credit card's taking a vacation.
It needs vacation. I'm telling you.
God, don't even look at it.
My wife is really good at planning. So she had the trip paid for, in cash before we even left.
Smart.
And so everything that we had to do was either food related or
sporadic, whatever you guys were like,
or all the stuff we bought. Like I showed you some of the stuff we got.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of money on building droids, and it adds up quick.
Those memories,
dude, we took tons of photos. My wife bought the thing where you like scan the little wristband and it sends you all the photos that the professionals take of you. We hit like everyone we could, and we've got like, we probably walked away with like 40 like family photos done by professional photographers, like in different parts of the park.
So and it's just scanning your wristband, and then it just
dude, the way they do this stuff now, it's insane. It's called a Magic Band, and it's not much bigger than the Apple Watch, and you just walk up and like tap it on this thing, and it turns green, and you go into the ride, and you get to watch everybody that's been standing in line for an hour and a half and wave at them and piss them off and be like, bye.
Stop it.
Dude, we rode rides 2 times because we could go through the whole line. It's called Lightning Lane. Yeah.
Lightning.
Yeah, I'm that asshole. Like, I paid extra so that you guys could all be pissed off.
He's like, I'm big time, baby.
Well, you know what I noticed? Like, and I mean, that's joking, but the reality is the reason we did it was we wanted to hit as many rides as we could in a day.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're standing in line for 2 hours each ride, you might get 2-3 in for the day.
Right.
Dude, we were getting in 9 rides because we weren't having to wait.
You planned for this. You're like, this is what the whole point.
They let you line it up on the app. So Jen would put us in the lane for one. An hour later, we'd have a spot for another. An hour later, we'd have a spot for another.
It's almost an RSVP. Almost, it's
pretty much. Yeah, like they send you a specific time to show up so that it's not overbooked.
Jen, we are going on the next vacation together, girl.
Dude, she is a vacation planner. Yeah. Seriously.
Oh. I see a side hustle.
Oh, dude, I've actually talked about it with her because she's talking. Well, I might get a stay-at-home job when I'm done with my degree.
Travel agent.
And I'm like, you could do your own travel agent thing. Like, your trips are amazing, and you do like she finds the best deals. The best rental car price, the best. Like, it's just crazy. Smart. She spends time doing it though.
Oh yeah.
She'll tell you. I get annoyed. She comes and starts talking to me about it, and I just look at her and be like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going. Yeah, I'm going to be in the car with you. I'm going to show up, and I'm going to follow you wherever you go in this park. Like, that's how this is going to work.
She's that person that shows up with a packet of papers looking like MapQuest back in the day. She's just like,
well, okay, if she didn't have her phone, yes. She would probably be carrying around a manila folder. Binder. Yeah, dude, for sure. That is my wife.
If she was to do that, I'd be like, it needs to say top secret on it. I'm just saying.
We actually have the old confidential seals. Like, we could put the real shit in there.
That's what needs to happen. Anytime you do
I probably should say that. They're seals on paper, okay?
I believe you have Joe Biden's other records that were in his
I'm going to have Secret Service going through my freaking garage here in about 5 days.
They looking, baby. They looking.
Oh, good Lord.
Here we are.
Speaking of Secret Service.
What up, big bro? We see you.
Yeah, what did you think of...
Man,
what do you think of this fallout from this?
This is just wild to me because nobody knows anything. Like, and that's the thing where it's such a void of like purpose that people are just interjecting their opinions, their thoughts, their fears, their bullshit, whatever, right? Yep. And it's quite telling because he has no manifesto. So therefore, all the conspiracy theorists are running with whatever this is. We've debunked the whole $15 thing, but people still want to run with it in mainstream media. And it's like, or they've let it go from other stuff that I've been listening to now. Like, they just don't even talk about it. There's no correction or nothing, right?
Right.
Like, no correction. And I'm like, well, you should kind of address that because that was something. But the most recent information about him, and I actually want to say a correction from something I said in the last show, which was about his parents. It comes to light that his parents are both handicapped.
Shit.
And so they were just, hardworking people that are just, became more recluse.
Doing the best they can.
Do the best they can. And it wasn't uncommon that this young man would take a gun and go to a shooting range. That wasn't uncommon. But what was really interesting about how much of a loner he really became, and I think this is more of a story of young men in America than it is about a president or this assassination attempt. This really reads as a young man who idolized the fame and glory that comes with school shootings and with these type of salacious news coverage of a mass shooting. And I've really took a step back and thought about this because this young man researched not only Trump, he also researched other famous people and Biden. And he was just looking at what fit on the calendar. And it just so happened that Trump was coming into his backyard within a month. And so he started doing all this research. He was an extremely intelligent kid, straight A student, complete recluse individual, had very few friends, worked as like a nurse's aide, so, had a job, did a normal 9-to-5 life, even asked for the day off from his manager for Saturday off to go to do something important is what he told his manager. And so with all that to say, leading up to the Secret Service, I don't know how the hell they dropped the ball on this. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
I don't know how the Secret Service dropped the ball on this. When you're looking at perimeters, when you're looking at who rules of engagement, when you're looking at the fact that they scoped this individual out and he was a suspect versus a threat. And then it's like, well, don't you engage and just start a conversation with somebody if they're like, a suspect? It also shows me that, police don't know how to de-escalate a situation. Nobody walked up to this dude at any moment. So he was just freely walking around. His GPS and his phone showed that he scoped out the place prior to then going there with a drone and then like hovering over and checking things out. So, I find it so weird that the Secret Service, who you think are there on a whole nother level and like supposed to be like, tip top, best of the best to protect leadership, to protect people in these positions. For it to just come down to like, who's on first, what's on, you know what I mean? Like that whole little like pointing of like the Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other, like, who's supposed to be guarding that or whatever. But also the fact that there was a cop that actually got up to the roof and was holding onto the ledge and like was looking at the kid, and the kid turned and had the weapon on him, and the guy just let go. But it was like no code red, no nothing, no threat, no whatever.
Yeah.
How did it get to that point? So it's there's so many places where this failed, and with the Secret Service, of course, you're in charge. You're the one watching this man,
and somebody's head was gonna roll.
And then I'm still looking for the marks on my man's ears. He didn't
have no.
My man had the extra small MyPillow on his ear. You know what I'm saying? It's like something you order, when you're drunk at night. Like it's just like the wrong order came at his door.
Yeah.
And to see everybody at the RNC like this, that tells you it's a cult. Like we ran out of toilet paper for COVID, and now we ran out of maxi pads for Trump's RNC. Mind you, also the RNC, the Super Bowl of gays, it's come out on Grindr. I don't know if you saw this.
I did.
That's the analytics are it's not even crazy. It is 100% the Republican Party. It is so good, and I want this to really be out there for everyone. So good, so good. Grindr crashed during the RNC numerous times because of how much it was being used. Congratulations, RNC.
Yeah, really.
A lot of self-hate.
So just want to give a shout out to Elon Musk for fucking up my account. Really appreciate it.
What happened?
We're not broadcasting.
Oh.
So, where we usually get 3,000-4,000 of our views from. Yeah, we're not broadcasting. So
interesting.
Nobody's watching.
All right. Well, it's a good thing we're just going to record this show and put it out later.
No, we're live.
Said what I said. Keep it moving.
Dude.
So
you know what? How is it that you pay for a fucking app that used to be free and the bitch runs worse? Yeah, you literally took something that was free and worked pretty fucking good, and you turned it into a pile of shit. I don't understand how somebody who's supposed to be this great businessman buys a fucking brand for $44 billion and then says, you know what? Fuck the bird, fuck the name, fuck the brand. I'm going to turn it into what I want to turn it into. And by the way, what you turned into is a pile of shit. But I'm sure you're going to do the exact same thing that you did just the other day. And you're going to come out and blame me and liberals and Democrats for your fucking pile of shit that doesn't work. Just like you came out and accused us of killing your son with the woke mind virus because you're too much of a fucking prick to accept your own kid, if whether it's a boy or a girl or a woman or a man or whatever the fuck it is. So the fact that this dude blames everybody but himself tells you exactly the kind of fucking moron you are dealing with. Elon Musk is not that smart. He had a shit ton of money, just like Donald Trump, and people bought into him. And so many people invested in Elon Musk that they couldn't let him fail. They can't let him fail. That's why Elon Musk is still here. Mr. 3 fucking citizenships. South Africa, Canada, and the fucking United States. He is such a fucking threat to national security that he should be booted out of our fucking country, just like he wants to boot every other immigrant out of our country, and fucking remove his security clearance, remove his fucking government contracts, remove him. I'm fucking tired of it. You guys are sitting there lifting up somebody like Melania Trump like she's fucking great. She's a Russian asset, you fucking cunts. Are you serious? Like, stop this bullshit. And you guys are calling Kamala Harris a fucking DEI hire and a whore? Are you serious? Donald Trump married an actual fucking whore. You know, I have naked photos of his wife that I could hang on my fucking wall and jerk off to every night if I wanted to. You don't have any photos of Kamala Harris like that. Okay? So let's stop with the bullshit. We have a candidate that is going to wipe the floor with Donald Trump. You have a 78-year-old fucking felon, business fraud, and rapist as your candidate. And you should be scared. I see how scared you fuckers are. Because you didn't expect, I didn't expect it, so I know you people didn't expect it, for the liberals and the Democrats to come together the way that they have over the last 72 hours, or however long it's been, and said, you know what? Bye, Biden. Thank you. We appreciate you. We've got the ball now. And now we're moving on to Kamala Harris, which, by the way, can I point out that when we voted for Joe Biden in 2020, that was what we expected. We expected him to win the fucking White House, give us 4 years, and then hand the fucking keys off to Kamala Harris for another 8 years. That's literally what we voted for. And now they're all crying and going, see how fast they move on? We didn't move on, bitch. We voted for her in 2020. This is what we voted for. This was the plan. And the fact that you guys got played, and even I didn't see it the first day. I was angry the first day, I'll admit it. But now that I got to sit back and let it marinate, you guys got so fucking played, and it's beautiful. Because you wasted your entire 4-day fucking convention with putting pillows on your fucking ears, talking about Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Ashley Biden, the laptop, the fucking diary, the showers, everything. And then the next day he comes out and says, yeah, I'm leaving. We're going to have Kamala do it. And you guys all went,
what?
What? DEI hire?
Yo, or? Man.
That's the best you've got, bitch.
She smiles too much? Ryan. That's a good Ryan rant. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Good to be back. Good to be back from vacation. So I just got my live access was removed.
In conclusion, fuck Elon Musk and fuck the Republican Party right now. No, man, I honestly have to tell you, I was not mad when I found out. I knew that with when it came out as COVID-19 for Biden, I was like, oh yeah, he's stepping down. Like this is part of the plan, and for it to just work with RNC and to see them spend tens of millions of dollars on ads and the branding and everybody's buying all these things and everything, all the grifting that took place. And then all of it goes for nothing.
Yep.
Because it went from Biden Harris to just Harris. It is all part of the plan, my man. It was a Dark Brandon final chess move where he just said, king me. And that was it.
You know what the best part of this is, too? We got to sit back and watch. Well, it was both sides. But we got to watch the Republican Party fix the Secret Service for us before the black female takes over. So I just wanted to, thank you for fixing the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm not mad that the director stepped down of the Secret Service. I think any rational person knew that heads were going to roll for that.
Yeah.
The fact that every side, whether you were liberal, conservative, independent, Green Party, it didn't matter. It seemed like everybody was looking at that going, something seems off.
How did this happen?
Like, we did our show and it was like, something just seems off.
It's not sitting
like,
right.
Exactly. So, whether it was all just horrible responses from the Secret Service back to back to back to back, or, if you're more of a conspiracy theorist, maybe there was something more to it. He spent so long on the ground, they let him stand there and get his shoes on. They let him put his fist in the air.
Have you seen his ears, though? I mean, I'm looking at his ears today.
Have you seen what the doctor said that attended to him?
I didn't see it.
So and you guys can Google this. I don't have it. But there's the doctor that attended to him initially, not one of his doctors, one of the hospital's doctors, said that it required 0 stitches. Yeah. Like, it was nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, it was a 5.56 ammo that was being used in that gun. So, the crazy part is that the bullet may not have even been what hit him. It may have been what's it called behind it. It may have just closed past enough to nick it or whatever, or make it feel like it was hit.
Yeah.
But I said what was weird to me was that they were down on the ground so long. And I've said, I was like, I can kind of explain that away because they were probably waiting for the all clear over the earpieces.
Right.
Like, so I kind of get that. But when you see, like, if it were you or me, and I had some big old gashing wound, like half a circle gone out of my ear because somebody tried to kill me, would you put a Band-Aid over it?
Man,
I'd be like, look what they did. Yeah. Look how close I was. Yeah. You see how big this ear is? If it wasn't that big, he might have hit me.
It's so true.
I would be out here like, put this bitch on display.
Right.
Let them see the wound.
Right.
But you put a pillow over it so that...
It's just that my pillow shit is just ridiculous, man.
And by the way, ridiculous. If you are one of the people out there who, in solidarity, put a bandage, half a pillow, a tampon, whatever it is that you
put... That maxi pad, man.
The maxi pad, because it already has the sticky stuff. You're who I'm usually talking to. Like, when I have my Ryan rants, when I post online and I'm shaking my head and I just don't understand you people, you're who I'm talking to. Like, you're going to sit there and call liberals and say, we're in a cult. Like, I can promise you, now there may be a few, but I can promise you, not on this show. If it was a liberal, we ain't coming on this show with shit hanging off our ears. The fact that people do that, it doesn't make sense to me, because that is cult shit. That is straight cult stuff.
Yeah.
And you already have a golden statue of them that you pray to, and now you're doing things like this in solidarity. It's just like, wow, it's left me even more shocked than I already was, because it just goes to show, here we are, 3+ years out from January 6th, and these people still think it was fake. They still think they're January 6th political prisoners.
Peaceful protest.
Yeah, that it was a peaceful protest. That the what's it called? The
wiping feces.
I was saying
all over
no,
the
the effigy. They had the noose and everything hanging out there for Pence.
Oh, the gallows.
Stockade. Yeah, I was gonna say stockades, but yeah, gallow.
Yeah.
It's just insane. You guys didn't see what you saw that day. All the videos that we have, those are fake.
They saw what
exactly. I saw a dude with zip ties and a ski mask going through Congress looking for people. That's what I saw. Yeah. I saw a woman going through a glass window that was broken to try to get into, the chambers.
That's right.
And, I saw people breaking windows. I saw people wiping shit on walls. I saw people leaving notes on desks, threatening notes.
Stealing computers.
Going through I'll never forget this one. They were going through Ted Cruz's desk, and they start flipping out, saying Ted Cruz was gonna flip on them. And then
didn't they say something about it? Yeah, some voting that was on their desk.
Yeah, but then they read it, and it was like they misread it. So they're like, "Oh no, that's not what it says." Like, it was 4 of them. It's like, wow, it took 4 of you to understand what the fuck that said.
Yeah,
maybe you shouldn't be in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you don't even know who's on your side.
100%.
And it's just, I will never forget that. I will never forget where I was, how I watched it, what happened.
You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that.
Any American that can whitewash that is an enemy of the state. Like,
or just willfully ignorant. You know what I mean?
No. You're an enemy of the state. If you can't look at January 6th and go, that was a group of people trying to overthrow our government.
Yeah.
If you can't do that simple thing, and look at that objectively and say, yeah, that was bad.
But you know what's wild about that, Ryan? It was a lot of off-duty police officers.
Yep, sure is. Military people, veterans.
It makes me think of literally exactly how the KKK was.
I mean, dude, I told you that
you're a sheriff by day or a judge by day or you were whatever by day, and then you put on the cloak at night to do whatever.
That's why they cover their faces.
Just so you can go right back and go back to your.
See, I don't cover my face when I show up to something like a Black Lives Matter protest or whatever I decide to go to. I don't cover my face because I'm not ashamed of what I'm showing up to support.
Makes you question.
If you're covering your face to go out and do something, you're doing it because you know that what you're doing, if you get caught, your life's over. You lose your job. You almost become unemployable because you are now labeled a Nazi.
It's just whatever this is. Even whatever these J6s are.
Yep.
It's very toxic brand.
Yeah, it is.
Toxic brand. But it's interesting to see with Elon, because you brought him up about disconnecting your live feed, right? Which you do. You have a really back and forth yo-yo relationship with Twitter. And it's interesting to me because Elon was supposedly going to be donating $45 million a month, every month to Trump until the election. And it just so happened that this major news that broke after he just so happens to hear that Kamala Harris is taking over, and she brings in within 24 hours $250 million. This is unheard of, Ryan.
Yep.
Unheard of. For her to bring in her and the Democratic Party, that's how much of a wave this is. And then you just hear quietly within 24 hours of that. So now we're talking about 48 hours since the news broke about Kamala taking over and how much Democrats are making. Mm-hmm. My man said, I will not be putting 45 million to Trump. My man sees the writing on the wall. He's reading the tea leaves. He sees what's coming, and he's like, I'm not getting in bed with Trump.
I don't know if I agree.
Man.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know. What's your take on it?
He's still in bed with Trump.
Not with 45 million.
See, I don't know yet. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because Elon Musk backed down from his pledge to donate $45 million a month to pro-Trump super PAC. Musk now says the claims are not true, but says he did create the super PAC called the America Pact to help support Trump. Mm-hmm. And then says, I don't prescribe to a cult personality. So he created the PAC. So my question is, let's watch what the PAC does.
Okay.
Because I don't give a fuck what Elon says. He's just like Trump. And what I mean by that is this. I've said for years what the whole way that Trump operates is this. He puts out his meat, his red meat, mm-hmm. He throws it out there, and he sees what the reaction is going to be. If it's overwhelmingly in his favor, he'll keep going with that talking point.
Right.
If it's overwhelmingly not in his favor, he forgets it like it never fucking happened.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk is the exact same way. If he starts getting calls from board members, if he starts getting major pushback from people with money that support him that he can't survive without, then this is what you see. He pulls out. Dude, you created the PAC. Like you literally, when you go, oh, I'm not going to do it. But I did create the PAC. I'm not shutting down the PAC.
Right. Which means that he probably donated the 45, right? Like he did it.
Well, I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. I mean,
here's my point. Let's look at how much is in the super PAC, which is hard to, because super PAC you don't have to
do shit.
You don't have to disclose it. But here's the thing. if he's saying I'm not donating 45 a month, because that was the whole premise, 45 and from now until the election.
Yeah, he was going to donate. He was going to donate about 130 million total.
And the reality is, he could be like, you know what? Or he could have had a conversation with Trump, and Trump was like, "I'm not doing this for your EVs," and he's like, "All right, I'm not doing this for your super PAC." I mean,
Trump would have told him whatever he wanted, and they did meet. Don't forget, they met in January, February. They met in March.
Yep.
He flew to Musk flew to Mar-a-Lago.
Yep.
Everybody lost their shit. Musk came out that day and said that he will not be donating to any candidates.
Right.
3 months later, he pledges to donate 45. So that conversation went down exactly the way that we all thought it did.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. People that believe Musk, I see why you believe Trump. Right. I see why you're MAGA, because you aren't very smart.
Yeah.
And you aren't very aware.
Do you think that there's a Republican Party anymore, or do you think it's just completely MAGA at this point?
I think it's pretty much MAGA at this point. And the reason I say that is because I have people in my life who used to claim to be, oh, well, I'm not pro-Trump, though. They're fucking pro-Trump. They're MAGA. They're fucking fine with it.
I mean,
and
like
you said something.
J.D. Vance style, or in which way?
What do you mean? Say it again.
J.D. Vance was a never Trumper, and now here he is.
Yeah, J.D. Vance. Yeah, you went from calling him America's Hitler to being his VP candidate. Like, that's a joke.
Right.
And I mean, and I think that's even worse than Kamala said some things to Joe during their presidential debate that kind of raise your eyebrows now, a little bit. But I don't think it was anything like he's the America's Hitler, which I actually kind of agreed with at the time.
That's amazing.
But no, I know elected officials that refuse to come out against Trump. Right. So it's kind of like, if you have the platform and you are not willing yourself to come out and be like, look, I know I'm Republican, I know I'm conservative, but Trump is not the Republican Party. Like, that's all I expect. I don't expect much. I really don't. Like, I don't expect you to all of a sudden become a fucking liberal and buy into all the things that I buy into. And that's like, I'm all for debating actual policies.
Yeah.
But if you have a group of people that are unwilling to come out and say, that's a 34-time convicted felon, that's somebody who's been held liable in court for rape by 2 different juries, this is somebody who tried to overthrow our government, this is somebody who had 70 plus boxes of classified documents at his private residence
and lied
about it.
Yep.
The list goes on and on and on. So it's like, if you can't come out and say...
And mind you, that wasn't the crime, having the documents. It was him trying to cover up.
No, having the documents is a crime, too.
No, because if that was a crime, then Pence and also Biden would be, facing some type of...
No, there's a difference. See, here's the difference.
My point is that they turned it over. He is facing all this trouble because he didn't turn it over, and then he kept lying about it, and then tried to get his lawyers to lie about it. That's what really snowballed into this bigger aspect.
I really hate saying that, and here's why. Because do you know how many documents were found at Biden's?
It was what, 7?
10?
9. There it is.
You know how many documents were found at Pence's?
7. 15?
I think it was more like 3.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, if they had been pulling boxes out of Pence's house or boxes out of Biden's house, I'd have been like, yeah, that definitely don't look good.
Right.
But when you pull a couple of documents out of a box that had his son's funeral stuff in it, that to me, like, you're pulling documents out of a box that also has his son's funeral stuff in it.
Right.
So it's like, to me, my mind instantly goes to, he might not have been in the best mindset at that particular moment. Right. He may not have realized what he was putting in that box. He might not have packed the box himself. I don't fucking know.
Right.
But it's like, if you have the amount of boxes that Donald Trump has, it's kind of hard to say, I didn't know.
Well, not even that. It's when you have them in a shower.
in a ballroom, in a storage unit.
A shower on Tuesday, and then a ballroom on Thursday. You may be up to something. Like, it's like, if you got...
No, I think those were 2 different sets.
No, he had them shuffling around the footage.
Yeah, but when they shuffled them, they didn't shut...
If the judge will let this case ever happen, which we know how that's playing out, but no, they have them on footage, moving it from room to room
Yeah.
Mind you, yes, yes, there was things at different sets, different areas, but we're moving shit
it
from room to room.
It was like 3-card Monte on New York City, baby. Like,
oh wow,
where's the queen? Where's the queen? Where's the queen?
All I can see it is literally the FBI in there, and it's like a Scooby-Doo episode where they're going through different doors and like they're literally running around like with the boxes. Come on, Walt Nada, come on, brother, move faster.
Oh my gosh,
hide the shit. Let's go.
So, yeah, I kind of expected the Secret Service fallout. I expected to hear what I'm hearing about Kamala Harris. But I love the fact that they really don't have much policy issues to go at her for. It's mostly just personal attacks, and if that's all you got, you're in trouble.
Hey man, she wore a tan suit. Maybe they'll get her for that one.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, she'll wear the wrong shoes, or wear hair the wrong way, or
today she wore a tan suit. It's like, go ahead, Fox, have at it.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't like to see a little bit of melanin in a tan suit, so go for it. But I have to say, man, it's not looking good for the Republican Party.
No, and I think they see it. They really didn't think like me. They did not think Biden was going to drop out. And
you didn't think he was going to? You thought he was going to stick it out?
Yep, I really did. I think it's because of what I've watched the Democratic Party shoot themselves in the foot so many freaking times over the last like 8 years that I'm just like, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop, right? Like that's kind of how I felt. I was like, the shoe's gonna drop, and then the first few hours after you text me.
Yeah. And I'm sorry I did.
You weren't, bro. Shit.
I know I wasn't the only one.
Listen to me.
I didn't want to bother your vacation,
bro. So we're getting ready to go to the park, and my phone is sitting on the stand. It starts blowing up, which isn't normal.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And Jen's like, what's going on? And I'm like, and I literally looked over. I said, either Biden died or he's dropping out. And I pick up the phone, and it's you, my brother-in-law, and like 4 other people. And I was like, I looked at it, and every one of them, Biden dropped out. I was like, oh shit. And I told and the reason you guys all text me is because I told everybody, I said, don't text me unless somebody dies or somebody drops out.
Yeah. I
was like, don't text me.
Anytime.
And sure enough, nobody texted me until that happened. So I definitely appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
No, it was a little surprising, and my initial knee-jerk reaction wasn't the best, because to me, it's like, my initial reaction was, you are shooting us in the foot once again in the 11th hour. Like, this is bullshit. That was my initial reaction.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But as the hours went on, and especially the next day,
yeah,
it was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, there's a lot of momentum behind her. This is different. Okay.
Felt different.
It felt totally different. And it was like, everybody just wasn't energized with Biden. And we saw the decline, and it was like, please step down. But the longer that waited, I started losing faith in that happening.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, well, I guess Biden's going to be our guy. Here we go. And that was how I was approaching it. And to see how much money she raised in 24 hours, and 48 hours, respectively. And that's not just
her. That's how much people are looking at her and saying, take this motherfucker out.
Oh, absolutely. I donated. I sent her $20.
Take him out. We want you to make sure we never deal with another Trump presidency ever again.
Absolutely. And calling her a DEI hire, might I add you, is an insult. I mean, it's the new N-word.
It is coded language. It is absolutely
very coded language.
Yeah.
This woman graduated from Howard University. She graduated from University of California Law School. She went through the process. She wasn't handed a fucking job when she got done. No. She had to go. She started as a city attorney and worked her way to the DA's office, and then worked her way to being the attorney general of the state of California, which, in case you didn't know, California is our largest economy in this country.
Yeah. And
she was the attorney general for that state. So, and then she was a junior senator. So to sit there and say Kamala Harris is a DEI hire,
she put in the work, man.
She put in the work.
Yeah.
Like, this is a woman that is qualified to do the job. She knows the score of the game. And most importantly, if you've got a 34-time felon running against you, I want the prosecutor that's used to putting people like that motherfucker
Isn't it
in jail.
priceless that it's so American that we have a prosecutor running for office and
against
a felon? Like, look at the just contrast of all
America,
this, right?
2024, baby.
America, baby. It is like idiocracy is on full display,
Telling you.
man. And if it wasn't Hulk Hogan on stage that gave me idiocracy vibes,
Oh, Lord.
I swear to God, I wonder how many pairs of Crocs were in that stand that day, because that is the reality of what we're looking at for America. Yep. But no, I have to say to you, to circle back, man, when Biden had COVID, I looked at you and I was like, this is his graceful exit. And I go, this is his opportunity. And I was saying it to you privately. I was just talking about it with my wife. I was just like, look, man, him having COVID, this is his way, regardless if he had it or not. And I don't even care. This is Dark Brandon energy. He straight up said, I'm going to be just sick. I'm going to be off the campaign trail, and I'm going to go ahead during all of the time frame of the RNC, or as we like to call it, the gay Super Bowl, and literally let them spend all this money and do all these attacks and all the merch and all the grifting and all these things and all the flags and blah, 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 blah. And then on Sunday, I'm going to take away all their power, and I'm going to bow out with a simple text, a simple tweet, a simple message. And 20 minutes later, I'm going to endorse my VP.
Yep.
And put a complete halt to any squandering, any bullshit, any Democrat infighting, any of it. Yep. I'm gonna lay it all to rest within literally a window of 20 minutes.
Yep.
And to see how we're not even talking really about the RNC, we're not talking about the depths of fear of all the things. Do you even remember what J.D. Vance said at his acceptance speech of introducing himself to America, to people who don't know who he is? It's like none of it is important, because literally this movement has just opened the floodgates. And the fact that, have you heard Beyonce's song Freedom? The culture is getting behind. Do you know how
I love the fact that she gave the rights to
She Kamala said, girl, take it.
Take it.
Take it. You are now going up against a culture, and that's the hardest part that the Republican Party will never understand. Yeah. They try to imitate it with Amber Rose. They try to manipulate it with all of their deep fakes and everything else. And they literally are the loudest on social media without even understanding what the culture is.
Yes.
And when you're talking about, a pair of J6's shoes, that's not the culture. The culture is going to see what Kamala opens up next for you. And I will say to Kamala's team, if this episode ever airs, you guys better bring some of that HBCU energy to this campaign. I want to see the sisters out. I want to see the AKAs. I want to see some step. I want to see some marching bands. I want to see what makes an HBCU so special. I want to see that kind of energy on this campaign trail.
I think,
that's called cooking with some flavor.
The energy we're already seeing is impressive, and I really do. I hope and I think that it's going to continue to build steam. And the more ridiculous that the Republicans get and with their nonsense, I think will only increase her support as well. There's a lot of people that are still going to be voting against Donald Trump. They may not be voting for Kamala, but they're definitely voting against Trump. And
that's something interesting about the Hillary, Namrata? What's Haley's Haley voters?
Oh yeah, and she just
sad to see you.
She just what was it? Did a cease and desist saying that Kamala can't use her name.
It's not Kamala. It is an organization called Haley Voters for Kamala.
Oh geez.
It is an organization that were of Haley voters that ran with this movement of Haley Voters for Kamala. And she sent out a cease and desist. That's who Nimrata is. That's who Nikki Haley is.
Wow.
She is having her team, and this is where it's going to get legal. This is where a lot of legal battles are going to start taking over. Pay attention, because Mike Johnson said straight up, If Joe Biden backs out and they try to put a new candidate in there, he's gonna try to meet them in the courts in state levels and try to sue to stop this from happening.
Well,
They are
Manchin's
not ready. Mike Johnson.
Oh, Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson.
Oh yeah. Well,
he's literally trying to put that out there to see what state rights can like attack this.
Well, they've already issued impeachment articles against Kamala yesterday. So
stop it. Did they really? I didn't even see this.
You didn't see it?
No.
Let me see if I can find it real quick because I put it up.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's not far.
As a vice president or for the future?
As VP.
They are literally just trying to throw chum into the ocean. They're trying to find bites.
Yeah, so articles of impeachment, Andy Ogles, whatever that, I hate that guy, has introduced articles of impeachment against Vice President Kamala Harris. It was for high crimes and misdemeanors, and that the following articles of impeachment be exhibited to the United States Senate. Like, are you all for real? Like, impeachment doesn't mean anything anymore. These clowns have issued so many impeachments. Like, they've abused the word impeachment more than a teenager on Epstein's Island.
Right.
It means nothing anymore.
That's where we're going, huh?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck these people. Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I'm just, just your example.
They've tried impeaching Biden, Harris, Mayorkas, basically anybody that they don't agree with.
I think you just got impeached. I think that's...
Well, I mean, I just got accused of rape on Twitter while we're on the show.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why they blocked you?
No, they blocked me because I went off and lost my shit.
Oh. Well, you know what they say, Ryan. Someone's paying attention.
Well, the pizzas, this shit, like, the reason they don't like me is because of what I'm saying. But apparently, I raped somebody in middle school. So.
Oh my God! All right.
Hopefully, they'll provide their name and I'll know who I supposedly did that to. See, you guys should have known me in school. I was such a loser. I think I'm going around doing that. I was too nervous just to go to school. Shit.
Man. What I will say to you is that there's some news breaking right now that they're putting out there that Beyonce and Taylor Swift are going to host a monumental fundraising concert in support of Kamala Harris. If this is true,
they'll have to find a space big enough.
If this is true, all you need is multiple nights. If this is true.
Wow.
If this is true.
Yeah, definitely if. Yeah.
If this is true, you better be careful because that is a full force woman movement that is coming for every motherfucker who's trying to take away their rights. I'm just saying.
No, if those two women do that, you just lost. Like,
that's it. Lost. Game over.
There's no shoes, there's no Bibles, there's no nothing that's going to overcome.
There's nothing.
Those two particular women's fan bases and their influence, like you said, on the culture. And think about how brilliant that would be, just from the standpoint of their fan bases. Like they definitely have fans that cross over. I'm sure that like both.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they both have their own generation. Beyonce's a little older than Taylor. She's more our generation. But everybody loves Beyonce for the most part.
She's the culture. She's part of the culture.
She's the culture. Yeah. So. Yeah, dude, that man.
And Taylor Swift has longevity. Taylor Swift has from country roots, and actually, this is what's so great. They both have country roots now. Right? So it's like, with
she can do country music.
They could crisscross it all throughout.
Bring Miley Cyrus up, and you're in freaking trouble.
You're in trouble, and this is we're talking.
And I bet you mark my words. If this does go down, Beyonce brings Miley Cyrus up for that song.
I'm letting you know right now that if this goes down, you're looking at every suburban wife, daughter, mom, aunt,
majority
niece.
For sure.
You're looking at the entire movement coming out, and every sucker being a man who wants to sit here and pout and talk about, my taxes or this DEI hire. You're looking like a fool.
Yeah,
you are looking like a fool, and there's no coming back from this. If this does go down. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I hope it does, because that will, I mean, not even for the fundraising, aspect of it, but more so, like you said, just the fact that those two women might come out and take a side, in a campaign, and risk their following. Because you're going to
Beyonce's not risking anything in that. That is part of.
I don't think so either, but no. I'm just saying.
And Taylor already went on record back in.
Yeah, she's already been on record.
You know what I mean? It means nothing. The only thing would be more so what's the candidate. Joe Biden was not their brand. Kamala
is their brand.
Kamala's their brand.
So yeah, no, I agree with that.
And 100%. This is I'm not mincing my words. This is the election for women. This is the election that your granddaughter, your great-granddaughter is going to look at you and say, where did you stand when it was my rights? Did you think of me? Did you think of anything but yourself when it comes down to this?
I really think the Republican Party, really did shoot themselves in the foot by supporting and pushing the revoking Roe v. Wade. Not
even that. They're starting to now regret having J.D. Vance as their VP. It's coming out.
Bro.
Because all of his past messaging and everything he was talking about women's rights and all this other stuff is bubbling up, and he's not ready for these lights. He is not ready.
He's been in the game for like 2 years. He has no qualifications, and because fucking a couch with a condom in between the cushions is not a qualification for vice president. And lying about your mother, saying that she almost died from drugs coming over the southern border when she was actually stealing pain medication from her patients.
Yeah.
Like, he is a huge piece of shit. And the fact that they couldn't even vet this man, long enough before picking him. Honestly, you want to know what I think it is? I think they couldn't find anybody else willing to be his VP. And they had to find the least qualified, dumbest motherfucker that's in Congress or Senate right now and go, will you do it?
So it's a DMF, a DMF hire, huh? That's what
diversity.
No, dumbest motherfucker.
Dumbest mother hire. I like that. We might need to put that on a shirt.
DMF. This is the new DMF hire. The dumbest motherfucking hire.
I like that. I like that.
That's what we're at right now, man. So okay, we got a DEI and we got the DMF over here. So that's what we're dealing with.
Lucas says, "Hi, Lucas. By the way, thanks for watching, bro." Says the speech that Joe Biden gave tonight was powerful. I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah,
Ian and I already had this kind of planned a few days ago, so we kind of came on while he was talking. Sorry.
Also, Tavi G's on here. What up, Tavi G?
Yeah, Tavi.
I just went back and rewatched the show that Tavi named the show.
Really?
Shout out. I went back, man. I went down memory lane. I was like,
I know, man. I can't believe. Dope. By the way, we just hit. We almost at 1,000 downloads for the podcast.
That's what's up, man.
We're getting there, brother. I just got to figure out. I got to figure out what Elon Musk did to me now.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Hey, you know what? Put it on my Twitter. I opened up an account. Go ahead. I'll give you the credentials.
He's made it so you have to pay, but I pay so that I can broadcast.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
That's the thing. Plus, you probably need followers because I have none. It's all good.
Well, you need to you need to not make your account private so that I can help you.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. All right.
I'm just telling you, like you're
Don't make it about me, Ryan. Make it about you now, okay?
I made it about myself in the beginning of the show. Damn it! I've had enough of me today.
Never enough. That Ryan rant is always good. I'll take. I may have.
Yeah, it got me banned for a week on TikTok, but I think it was worth it. I'm gonna enjoy cutting that one later.
Oh, so you're banned on that too? Oh, Jesus.
I literally got banned in the middle of it. Like I saw the screen pop. My phone's right here. I was live, and I literally saw this.
Just go back on vacation.
Yeah, I'm on vacation for another week.
Just go another round. Just do another round. Just go another round.
So let's go ahead and end this. I don't want to talk long about this because I'm honestly pissed off and I don't want to say anything that I'm going to regret.
Let's just end it right here, brother. Let's just wrap it
up.
No.
Go ahead. Because I was left upset and honestly, I think disgusted might be an accurate word to use here because I watched our Congress give standing ovations to a man that is currently engaged in a, I'll say, questionable conflict. And what really set me off was, and I'm not downplaying, what happened to them October 7th. I'm not going to sit here and make comparisons and whatever. But what I will say is that when you come into our house and stand up there and have the balls to compare September 11th and say it was 20 times worse than what happened to us.
October 7th to 9/11.
To 9/11. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, he literally made a comparison between their terrorist attack and ours and said theirs was worse. And it just...
Is that what he said, or was he doing a numbers? Because I heard
I see people justifying it. It's based off of, I think the talking point is based off of population. So what they're trying to say is, because their population is lower than ours, the body count was worse. Like,
the value of what? Yes,
exactly.
Yes, but here's the thing. I think it's just a terrible talking point in general, and I understand with you because it's something that actually thrusted you into war.
Yep.
9/11 was a very, very dangerous time because we have never been attacked like that since what? Revolutionary War, right? Like, when you think about because that wasn't mainland, right? So I'm saying mainland. Like, okay, put it this way. Revolutionary War was here in New York. So for New York to be attacked again, it's like, okay, that was 9/11. Nobody else has been here to attack us.
Right.
So
I see what you're saying.
Hawaii, it was there. It was, in newspapers, people, got word of.
I'm just saying we can't. Yeah, I'm just saying we can't overlook.
But yes, I'm not overlooking. I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying. Just
the mainland. I'm just talking about the mainland. But Hawaii was attacked, and that was a military place. I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Yep.
Huge difference.
Huge difference.
And so, but I don't understand the rationale. And maybe it's a conservative mindset. Maybe it's something that is a far right mindset where it's like, maybe if I can justify it by saying it's this many, because what are we gonna? It's 100 9/11s. It's like it just doesn't resonate. Do you know what I mean? If you wanted to say this many people died on
somebody
this day,
sent pizzas again.
So
there's somebody at my door with pizzas.
That's happening again right now.
Oh my God.
Well, Ryan, I was here on the mic with you, so I clearly didn't do it. But I think you need to give a shout out to every single pizza maker.
There's somebody at the door with pizzas. You didn't order pizzas, did you?
No, I did not.
Fucking Christ. All right, hang on. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, guys, when we're talking about this, as he's dealing with Pizzagate, a real Pizzagate, one thing I would have to say is that what happened on October 7th clearly was one of the most tragic things that Israel has faced, because we're talking about civilians being attacked. I don't know how I feel about Netanyahu coming to America to then grandstand in Congress on Capitol Hill and to try to champion his message, where I think that this man does not live with peace in his heart. And there's something there where I feel this has nothing to do with really finding the best solution out of a war. And that's the part that's tragic about this. We also look at our government and we understand that a Trump presidency is Trump wants to literally remove any and all innocent people he may deem terrorists without any thought, because this man does not really understand the worldview and also his own biases. This is a man who wanted to hang or bring back execution of the Central Park Five who were found and exonerated of any crime, and he still wanted them to be ended. And he never apologized. He never retracted that statement. He just moved on like it was just a regular day. Trump also, during the last month of his presidency, executed... Do you have pizza? also executed a number of black men, and some were found innocent. The data proved it, and he still had it done. So I don't know what we look at when we look at a Trump presidency moving forward. I don't think the world is going to be in a safer place. And I don't know with this far right movement that's taking place across the world, if that really does help to bring any type of world peace, or if it really sparks authoritarianism. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how this all plays out. But this, I have to say, with Ryan, him and his family, this is something I find to be really tragic, that this is how people want to spend their time. And the biggest issue with this is...
All right, fuckers. Can't believe this happened live on air. I fucking can't, dude. Like, I'm shaking right now. I'm so pissed.
Well, you know what?
He gave me the kid's like, just take the food because they're just going to throw it away.
So here's the thing.
So I got...
want you to take the biggest bite of this pizza.
Well, no, because I don't know what the fuck is on it. Like,
I don't care. Take a bite.
No, I ain't eating that shit.
Take a bite. Because you know what?
See,
make him look like a dick, man. Take a bite.
Oh, I'll eat this one. Hey, go fuck yourself. How about that? Thin crust pizza? You couldn't even send me some fucking real pizza? You fucking... Here's the receipt. Let's see. Does it have my address? Yes, it does.
Ryan, I love you, man.
Shane Michael Jordan is the name they put in. And it says, write Trump 2024 on the boxes.
And did they write Trump 2024?
No. Literally says it on the fucking receipt. Can you all see it?
That's so ridiculous.
Yep.
But I'm glad you got pizza dinner.
Well,
pizza
the
party.
guy got $20 tip for having to deal with it. So, but I got free pizza. So, thanks.
You know what? Thank you for feeding the needy.
Yeah, I'm going to feed the kids. They'll eat it.
That's fantastic, man.
This is...
So just to catch you up, I talked a little bit while you were gone, and I talked about a little bit of what Netanyahu did, the grandstanding, the fact that this is more of a political stunt, and also the fact that if Trump wins, what does that look like for what Netanyahu wants? Because keep in mind, he's meeting with Trump, I believe, tomorrow at Mar-a-Lago, and then he meets with, or does he meet with him tonight? And then he's with Kamala at the White House by end of week. So he's bouncing around.
Well, I think the fact that he's going to talk to Trump, that he shouldn't get to speak to Kamala.
Well, that's not how the world politics work.
Well, it actually does, because what Trump's doing is actually violating the Logan Act. So actually, that is how it's supposed to fucking work. He's not supposed to be talking to government. Yeah, he's not supposed to. He's actually fucking illegal. And the fact that our government and Merrick Garland and everybody refuses to actually hold that standard is fucking insane to me.
Even as an ex-president?
Yes.
Logan Act?
He's running for office. You cannot fucking be talking to world leaders while you're running for office. He doesn't have any fucking power. How could he be negotiating? Who are you? What are you talking about? Your fucking golf game? Bullshit.
Interesting.
You're violating the Logan Act, and fucking everybody's just ignoring it.
I'm so glad that you're bringing that up. I am so glad you're bringing, because it literally is over my head. I did not even really think about that.
This isn't a knock at you. You know that. But that's honestly part of the problem.
Yeah.
You have way too many voters that don't know how the fucking government works. And they think, and then when you try to explain it to them, they're like, well, but Trump wouldn't do that. Yes, he would. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, no, 100%. all these records in his shower. Yeah. What do you think is happening?
Fuck Netanyahu. I'm going to end the show on this. This is all you people have. You have pranks. You have lies. You have bullshit. But the reason that you're sending stuff to my house, the reason you're accusing me of rape, the reason you're doing these things is because you know that I'm right. And you know that my platform is growing. And you know that I don't fuck around and I come out throwing hooks. So you guys want to keep playing this game, keep playing this game. But eventually, you keep fucking around with these businesses, they're going to find you. And shit is illegal. Like, I don't know if you guys know that, but what you're doing is literally illegal. So I know you guys have my address. So again, don't be a pussy. Show up yourself if you want to talk to me. You don't have to send pizzas. You don't have to send other people. Just come to my driveway. That's all you got to do. Just come into my driveway. We'll talk. We'll have a good conversation. It'll be a quick conversation.
I'll do the rest.
I'll take care of everything else.
And I'll do the rest. Come see Big Papa Ryan. Well, I got a more positive thing to end it on. And I want you to think about this. January 20th, 2025, Inauguration Day, happens to fall on Martin Luther King Day this year, that year. If Kamala Harris is to win, you're looking at something where the stars align, because you could have possibly the first black Supreme Court justice swear in the first black woman of color, Madam President, on Martin Luther King Day. When you think of I Have a Dream, because they love to milk that shit, that's the dream.
Yeah.
It's really coming into fruition.
Yeah.
And I really want that to just let that just simmer.
Well, I think it'd be
very poetic. It'd be very poetic.
Poetic, serendipitous, it'll be great. And I hope that's, our future.
Otherwise, it could be that piece of shit on Martin Luther King Day.
There's
butchering.
Yeah, well, that'll be the last Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
The DEI holidays.
Yep, get rid of those. Think I'm kidding?
I'm getting rid of this black job, but I do have a black job for you, Madam President. That's a black job. Yep,
black job I fully support. So, MAGA tiers are great. Love it. Keep sending the pizzas. Yeah.
It tastes great.
Like, you guys are such fucking losers. Like, this is insane to me. I don't report people. I don't get people blocked. I don't have Discord servers. I do this all myself. You guys have to have movements of fucking people to come after me. You have to come at me personally. You have to threaten to skin my kids. You accuse me of rape. You do all these things. But what happens is when somebody like me doesn't have all those skeletons in their closet, they get to look at you and say, fuck you, bitch, and say, keep coming. Because I didn't do any of those things. So keep wasting your time. Keep spending all your fucking hate and time on me. Please. I'm enjoying this, honestly.
You bask in it.
Because I'm not posting it because I'm like I'm overly angry. I already know you guys know where I live. Like, it doesn't upset me. Right. What upsets me is you're hurting small businesses. That teenager that just came to my door that needed to use his gas and time that he could have been going somewhere else to get another tip. He's got to come to my door and then have this awkward conversation and all this bullshit. Like, you're hurting a teenager. You're not hurting me. Yeah. You're hurting a business. You're not hurting me. You're hurting whatever dude bought that franchise, that Pizza Hut franchise, and owns it. You're not hurting me. They gave me the pizza for free. So that just came out of their pocket. I gave the driver $20 to make sure that he didn't come out on the wrong side of this.
Right.
So, I'll keep tipping the drivers. You keep sending them. I don't give a shit. But this is stupid. And it just goes to show that you have nothing. You support a rapist, a felon, a business fraud, a Project 2025 supporter, like somebody that was a horrible president who added over $8 trillion to our national debt. Like, the reason you send me pizzas and you try to do what you do is because you have no answer to my facts. You support a piece of shit. You support a rapist. You support a felon. You support a fraud. Nothing will change that. Kamala Harris is none of those things. It doesn't matter how many times you call her a whore. It doesn't matter how many times you say she's a DEI hire. Yeah. She is 10 times the person that Donald Trump is, and Donald Trump isn't fit to bring Kamala a glass of fucking water. So with that, I'll leave you with much love. Keep fighting. Ian and I will see you on Friday at our normal time, and we will have hopefully some more positive things to talk about. But yeah, no, love you guys to death. Thanks for the
pizza
support.
party.
And yeah, we'll probably